everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're making another speed build. If you don't know me yet, I'm Maddie and I post all sorts of Sims content, but mainly speed builds because I love building in The Sims. Today we're making two off-the-grid tiny homes and they're stacked one on top of the other like containers or like big container homes. And this is actually inspired by a video I watched of a speed build by one of my favorite Sim YouTubers, Aveline. So she made stacked tiny homes as well in Oasis Springs, I think a few weeks ago, and I loved her build so much that I wanted to try it out as well. Obviously mine is nowhere as pretty as hers, and I think you can see that yourself if you click the link to her speed build, which I am adding in the description below. So like I said, these are two like recycled containers, huge containers, stacked one on top of the other. I used this colorful paneling from Island Living to make it look somewhat like a container. The problem with someone like me is that I don't have all the packs yet, so I don't have that corrugated metal you have from Strangerville, and so I used this one instead, and I think it works really well here. So yeah, they're stacked one on top of the other. Each one is a tiny home, so each one actually has a complete bathroom, kitchen, bedroom, basically everything your sim is going to need. And I was able to fit double beds in each of the tiny homes. So yes, 4 sims can live on this lot. And so I tried to make it a bit more modern looking by adding all sorts of like white accents to the exterior. As you see here, I spent quite a good amount of time just playing around with this exterior, so I cut out most of that for this video. But to be very honest, like, I'm very proud of myself because I think this is the first video wherein I was able to add many, or like if not most, parts of the build to the final speed build. Like, I feel like I did this faster than any of my other builds. So I think I am improving in terms of the time it takes me to build these houses and how indecisive I usually am. So yeah, I'm very proud of myself that I was able to shorten it to like less than 15 minutes while including almost all parts. To be very honest though, like a big part of that is because the roofing in this thing is very simple, and so I didn't have to fiddle with that for so long. So yeah, to be very fair to myself, that's also a thing. So I tried to make this stairs like a split level type, but I realized that it didn't really go well with this build, so I went back to these ordinary stairs here in front. So right now I'm moving into the interiors. As you can see, I'm working out the floor plan. So subconsciously, I really didn't intend it to be the same, but it ended up that the bottom container, the bottom home, also uses more neutral colors like whites and grays and blacks and whatnot, while the upper one, like the container home on top, is more vibrant and colorful. And I realized afterwards that that's also a lot like what Aveline did in her build. So yeah, I subconsciously also kind of followed that pattern. But other than that, I don't think there are any more like major similarities. I tried to make the homes look a bit dirty and dingy, so I used all of these dirtied counters and all sorts of dirtied furniture from City Living. Again, this is off the grid, so even if I was able to put in a refrigerator and a stove, their sim could only cook like fruit salad, garden salad, grilled cheese, and one more thing, if I'm not mistaken. But I thought it was still a nice thing to put here. So like I said, each of the homes has a complete kitchen, and each of them also has a grill outside and a dining set outside. So yep, your sims can live pretty comfortably in these homes. Here I am just trying to put up all of the different lights and clutter above that refrigerator. You're gonna see me trying to fiddle around with the search feature in the build and buy mode. So with the new update we got like last week, we can now search for off-the-grid objects. But my problem with that is the only off-the-grid objects that you can see are limited to like the list that you can see on screen. So like you can see off the grid outdoor lights, but not like table lamps or like floor lamp. Oh yeah, you can see floor lamps but not table lamps or wall lamps or whatever. So it's still so hard to find out which objects can be used off the grid and which cannot, because like I said, you're limited to the ones that you can see in the menu, which again is not that much. But I think they were already able to fix that bug with the wash tub, and you can already use that off the grid. So I added a wash tub there. Yes, you can do laundry on this lot, and I think that's something that your Sims would really enjoy. Actually, they really won't enjoy, but you'd enjoy making them do the laundry. I put in that huge mirror beside the bed just to brighten up the space a bit more, and to like add more light into it. And here I am doing the top home or the top container. Like I said, I tried to make this more colorful, so I used this bed from City Living in this swatch, and I was able to add all sorts of colorful accents throughout this unit. So as you can see, I used the same flooring all throughout. So I used this like metal flooring for the whole build. I was imagining it to be like the bottom of the container itself, and so the Sim was only able to add a bit more warmth by using all sorts of rugs and all sorts of accents throughout the space. And so I also made use of a lot of rugs in this build. So I fell in love with that painting. Yeah, you can't see it anymore, but it's a painting from City Living, and I love it so much that I did another build soon after. I actually built an apartment, which you might see on my channel in a little bit, using all of those different paintings from City Living because they're just so cool. Like, I love the colors, I love how vibrant everything is, and yeah, I had so much fun. So this lamp, that standing lamp that you saw right there, is actually one of my favorite things to use in off-the-grid builds. Like, I just feel like it fits everywhere, and you can just put it on the floor, you can put it on a table and whatnot, and it just gives a lot of light despite how dark and dreary this room kind of looks right now. So yeah, I tried to put in all sorts of musical instruments and like all sorts of activities in this build because yeah, you can't really do much when you're off the grid. So I hope your Sim can still have its source of entertainment even if he is off the grid. So again, I used more of that lamp, that very modern lamp, but I really like how it looks. I love this picnic table as well. Like, you see that swatch of like blue and yellow, and I feel like it's so pretty and so vibrant, and it suits that upper apartment very well. But down here I made it more basic and more neutral with this black, more or less black dining set with that table from Island Living. So I'm gonna move on to the landscaping, I think, in a little bit. Right now I'm just adding a few more rugs to, like I said, cozy it up a bit more because that floor is really cold and really harsh, and yeah, I just really wanted it to be a bit more cozy. And now I'm moving on to the exterior of the house. I wanted it to be fenced in, so I put a bit of a fence around the whole build, just to define the space a bit more. But other than those laundry day things or like that, those wash lines, you really won't see that much in that outdoor space. I did try to mimic the environment though by putting all of these different stones all around the property. I don't build that much in Oasis Springs, so this landscaping part was a bit of a challenge for me, but I think I really like how it turned out. Like I said, I just really wanted it to look like it blended in with the rest of the space or with the rest of the environment. So you're just gonna see me add all sorts of stones and all sorts of like small plants and wildflowers here and there because that's what the surrounding area looked like, or looks like rather. And I think I'm nearing the end of this build. I'm just gonna paint that terrain a bit just to make it look a bit more realistic. But that's just about it for this build. I hope you enjoyed watching it because I really enjoyed building this, and I'm so proud of myself because, like I said, I was able to finish this rather quickly. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. This build is already available on the gallery. The details are below. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!